guys, Chrissy here. So as you know, Abby and I are new to the whole YouTube thing, so we're not exactly sure how it all works yet. So we thought maybe we'd bring you guys a story. It's a story about one time when we went to California together on vacation, and it's kind of an interesting story, so I think you guys will get a pretty good kick out of it. So here comes Abby with the next part of the story. Enjoy!
So, in our story, or life event, whatever you want to call it, we were flying from LA back home. It was our first trip together, just the two of us, no parents. So that was very cool. And this was like 2 years ago, so we were 2 years younger than we are now. Obviously, because we age, we're not vampires. Anyways, so when we were in LA, there was like a kid that kept looking at us like some creepy teenage little boy. And he was maybe our age, maybe a year or two younger than me. And we were like, well, that's kind of creepy. Like, there's this kid that's just watching us. And he happened to go on the same plane as us, too. So we're like, oh, this is awkward. And he kind of kept looking at us. But then on the first flight, it wasn't too bad. Then the next flight continued.
Hola! Okay, so part two of the story is, so once we got off that airplane and we were heading to, the place where you sit and wait before you get on the next plane. So we were heading there, and as we're walking, the family and, the teenage boy is behind us, and we keep looking at each other. We're like, okay, what's going on? And so we kind of just like shrugged it off and walked to our little destination. And once there, we noticed that the family was sitting across the way from us, pretty close. And we were just like, okay, this is a little creepy. So, we kind of tried not to think about it. And so once they called our flight, we were like, okay, let's go get on the plane. I mean, that's the normal thing to do when they call your flight, you get on the plane. So once we were on the plane, the family got on the plane as well. Didn't see that one coming. And so we literally were sitting like right here, and he was like right here. So super, super close. It was the weirdest thing ever. And he totally kept looking back at us. And so, it was a little, just a smidge awkward. And we had this little notebook out that we were writing in, kind of like telling stories and writing random stuff. And one of the things Abby had written was, I wonder if he thinks we're talking about him. And for some reason, we just started busting up laughing. Because if you think about it, we kind of were talking about him because we were writing about him. And once we started busting up laughing, he totally looked back. And we were just like, oh, stop talking, stop laughing, because he keeps looking and it's weird. And so, the flight was really short, so obviously we weren't on there for very long. So yeah, we obviously got out safe, we're alive, and we haven't seen him since, which is good, right? Yeah, so that's what happens when Abby and I go on trips together. We get creeped out by creepers who think we're creeping, but really they're the ones that are creeping. So yeah, that's our life.
Well, that was the end of our story. So, this is Abby signing out. If you like it, then press like. If you like it even more than just like, leave us a comment. And if you like us and our weird antics, then subscribe. Bye. Subscribe. La, la. Subscribe.
Anyway, so we get on the plane and we're sitting down, and all of a sudden we're like,
Or like.
well, that is 4. We'll make it 2 because it's